One, two, 1, 2. Welcome to the After the Bell. DJs Talking WWE. We're talking Portland SmackDown tonight. I got my man David in the house per usual. What up, David? How's it going, brother?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing well, man. Heck of a show. We all got what we wanted, and we're gonna get Cody and Randy at WrestleMania, but we will get back to that. What a show. So I was very happy with tonight's show. Like I said, they were in Portland once again, so we'll kind of get right into it. Opening segment. Randy Orton comes out, just kind of sends a message, and I think he mentioned something kind of interesting. I think he said he's been at the last 20 WrestleManias.
Yeah.
Like, wow, man. And he's only ever main evented 2. But he's gonna get his third now. So that's awesome, man. So like, man, talk about longevity, legacy, all that kind of stuff, man. It's crazy. But this segment was just to kind of hype up whoever his opponent's gonna be, which we find out later on. And then our boy Trick Williams comes out, and he's got his platform now. He's got his rotating platform, so he's good to go. Comes in the ring, yaps a little bit, talks about his lemon pepper steppers, and takes an RKO. Of course, we knew as soon as he came out he was about to take a RKO. Do we see? I could definitely see it. Do you feel like we could see a Trick Williams and Randy Orton match in the near future? Not Mania or anything like that, but like the near future.
At some point, yeah. But we're gonna get talking about it. I don't know. I still think Trick, they're gonna turn him sooner than later
to babyface. I mean, it's kind of weird. It's like he's a babyface, but he's not. Like he is in a weird, yeah.
With that crowd behind him, I don't think
he could go either way at this point. Yeah, he could go either way at this point, and the crowd's still gonna love him. So that
I wouldn't be surprised if we got something on SmackDown at some point, just like and end up in a no contest.
Yeah. So I did notice one thing, and I don't know if you noticed this too. Maybe it was just me and my TV, or I don't know what the viewers have noticed, but Trick Williams tonight was the first time. Now, it could have just been Portland. Portland seemed a little quieter than most crowds, but it seemed like the whoop that Trick. Yeah. What's up with that, Jared? But it seemed like the whoop that Trick chants got a little bit quieter. Like it started out very strong, but it didn't last the whole time. Where every time we've seen it in the past, it's the whole time they're just going nuts the whole time. So it does feel like a little momentum, maybe. What do you think, David? I don't know if it translated the same for you.
I think it was just a crowd because it was like that the entire night. So I don't think it was just like a Trick thing.
Yeah, Portland, man, come on, y'all.
Jared,
so
people.
I know. We got Jared. Jared's probably out there working. I think he's got something going on. But our first match of the night, we have Carmelo Hayes in his open challenge. And backstage right before this, Nick Aldis kind of tells him, like, hey, Carmelo, you're doing a great job. I love what you're doing with the open challenges. And, everyone from all these other companies, they definitely want to challenge you too. And he goes, I got someone special for you tonight. And Carmelo says, let me be surprised. So when Carmelo's in the ring, we get Dr. Wagner Jr. from AAA. So I've only seen this guy a handful of times. I just started to kind of watch AAA. If I had to describe him, he's one of your bigger luchadors, not necessarily like a super high flyer or anything like that. I mean, the size difference in the ring, you could tell right away. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, this guy's a little bit bigger. But Carmelo, he relied on his speed and agility, and, he was able to get the win on a clean pinfall. They show respect to each other. I like it when they do these AAA crossover appearances on both ends. What did you think of it tonight, David? Did you know anything about Dr. Wagner? Or
I've only seen him a couple times. I need to get more into AAA. I know you're pushing us to watch it. Well, I think
you watch what you want. It's cool though.
No. I mean, that came out wrong. From what I've seen at AAA, it's been a solid show. I mean, which sucks being on a Saturday. It's hard.
Hey, I just watched it Saturday night, late night. As soon as I get home, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
True. But Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, he's been pretty solid. And I mean, it was a pretty solid match. So
I will say I was a little surprised that he was the one that they crossed over, just because, like I had kind of mentioned to you, I think in the text, he's not necessarily on the show every week. So he's not like a super top of the card Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like he's more of like a mid card. Again, I've only seen him a handful of times, and I've been watching it pretty consistently.
And what's the belt he has? Do you know?
I have no idea. But yeah, so you know, it was a good first match there. You know, I even think, you know, going back the other way, I think Mello would be great to do some crossover stuff on AAA. I don't recall him, at least me seeing it. But you know, the way Mello kind of flies around, like with his agility, like he would kill it in AAA. He would do awesome. So, and they've been doing that a lot. What are your thoughts, Dave?
That would be interesting. But from where you said, it sounds like the ones they send out to AAA are the ones to get them, I guess, a little bit more airtime and ring time.
Yeah, it's definitely like by far, as far as what WWE fans would know, by far Dominic Mysterio is the most known AAA. But then you have your El Grande Americanos. Both of them are on AAA as well, which are pretty known to WWE fans. But then it is also guys like the War Raiders, you know, who don't get as much screen time and stuff like that. Before we jump off of this match, though, what do you think about Carmelo Hayes, man? It seems like every week he's getting better and better and better, and I'm getting more and more impressed with him. What do you think, David?
I mean, he's always been solid, even like when he was in NXT. I mean, before he wasn't in North America.
But I will say, not to cut you off, I will say, though, when he first came from NXT, it's kind of a slow start.
And that could have been booking, too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not necessarily blaming him, but it's kind of a slow start. But now it seems he's got some momentum with the open
behind him again.
Yeah. So. Yeah, for sure. So that was our first match. Then we get a quick little backstage with R-Truth and Damian Priest, and we come to find out that they're going to be part of this tag match later on in the night. So Damian Priest and R-Truth as a tag. We'll talk more about that when we get to the match, but I thought that was kind of interesting. And I love how Damian Priest had no idea that he was in a tag team with R-Truth. He's like, okay, all right, sure, we'll roll with it. Why not? Aleister Black isn't around, gives me something to do. so we got. Yeah, man. Oh, I'm just glad they're off of that. What's up to D Walker? Good to see you, brother, as always. So then we have our women's tag division segment with the celebration from the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax, Last Legend. Wasn't really too much here. They basically just kind of said, we're great, kind of held up their belts, and then we start to get the interruptions. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss come out. Then Julia and Kiana come out, and they're kind of bickering back and forth. And Nick Aldis comes out and says, all right, cool. Let's make it a match. Julia, Kiana versus Alexa and Charlotte. And that is our second match of the night. You know, I thought it was a decent match. It wasn't the greatest, in my personal opinion. Charlotte Flair ends up getting the pin on Julia to kind of take it. Not that they want anything, but as far as a belt or anything like that. But do you consider Charlotte and Alexa probably now that Io and Rhea kind of taking a break, Charlotte and Alexa are like the best ones to kind of challenge for that Nia and Lash title for the tags?
Yes and no. I still think it's going to end up going. I mean, we got 6-7 weeks still for build. I think it's going to be still that multi-team match at Mania, or knowing what they've done in the past, or freaking SmackDown before Mania, which I'll hopefully get 2 nights of it.
Yeah, I mean,
made a good point. I can see that being one of the something Charlotte in one of the ESPN2 early matches.
That's true. Yeah, because especially with her being such a big name as well. And you know, hey, every time she comes out, she gets the woos, man. Like that's still cool, man.
She got Alexa to woo this time.
Yeah, and did you notice she did in the ring too? She did the little.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, she did that, and then she even did like kind of a suck it thing real quick too. Yeah, that was during the match. I was in the match. I was in the match. So I was like, oh, okay, Charlotte. She was feeling herself a little bit there. But yeah, so with Charlotte pinning Julia, maybe we get something like that down the road too. Julia, she had a little bit of a slip. I don't know how many people. I don't know if you noticed it, but she had a little bit of a slip in the ring. I think it was during one of the like commercial segments, but you could kind of still see the match. Julia and Kiana, they've been building. Honestly, it's almost like Kiana's has started to kind of surpass Julia a little bit in terms of booking and place on the card. What do you think of the Julia Kiana relationship and how that's kind of going with Kiana almost kind of getting elevated a little bit more now?
I think it helps with Kiana. She's the mouthpiece of it.
Right.
So that helps. I still see them involved in Mania in that match. Along with, like I said, I think the Kabuki Warriors, obviously Rhea and Io not in it. And then honestly, I could see Bailey and Lara.
Yeah, Lara
getting into the mix somehow.
I almost feel like when we start bringing in all these extra teams, it's just a little bit too much. Now, I will say I will agree with you in terms of, and I don't know, maybe this is what you're thinking. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I kind of feel like Nia and Lash isn't the most wowing tag team.
Yeah.
So you definitely need
Lash. Yes, it's just Nia.
Yeah.
I can't. Like I said, we talked about it before. I just can't take her serious anymore.
Yeah. There just isn't too many, like I said, wow moments with their matches. So, maybe two other teams. When you start getting into three other teams in them in a 4-way tag, I don't know. That seemed like it'd be a little too much. That's just my opinion, though. But then after that, backstage we get our coach. What's that? Go ahead, Dave.
After what D. Walker just said, Nia's pretty rough on the mic too. I agree.
Yeah, the mic work for the celebration was not that great. I was just like, all right, we could kind of end this. Like, I don't know why we're even doing it in the first place, but all right. So backstage, we get Cody and Sammy with a little confrontation. And Sammy, man, he's all over the place, man. He is like, he's yelling, he's fighting, and all of a sudden he's like, but I'm rooting for you, man. I'm like, what the hell is going on with Sammy right now?
He's close to a breakdown.
Very much so. Very much so. And he had another segment with Randy, which we'll get to a little bit later on. But yeah, this whole Sammy is in a weird spot now where he's fighting the devil and angel on his shoulder as far as, what he wants to do and try to get this elusive title that he's never had a chance to grab. But we have our next match is going to be our tag team turmoil. Now, this, believe it or not, was actually the first tag team turmoil match I've ever seen. Okay. I've never seen this before because I've only been watching like 2.5 years now. So this is the first time I've ever seen it. So I was a little unfamiliar with it. So basically, how it works is, 2 tag team matches start. As soon as someone gets pinned, another tag team comes out. So we started out with the Motor City Machine Guns and Fraxium. They kind of get into it. I hate the Motor City Machine Guns. I was
waiting for it.
And I'm sure they're nice guys. But they don't do anything in the ring for me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the gimmick and the song and the pump your fit. Like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't do it for me. What are your thoughts on Motor City Machine Guns?
They were hot when they first came in, just I guess because it was a fresh new face, but you can tell they've gotten bored with them.
Yeah, pretty much. And another reason to tell that they got bored with them is they were the first ones to get eliminated. So they get
was it a botch?
Yep. So what it was there was a pin happening, and then he went to take his foot. It was his foot, right? And put it on the rope. Yeah, it was the foot. And put it on the rope. But by the time he put it on the rope, the ref had counted 3. maybe. And then that's where kind of
just the whole sequence was sloppy.
Yeah, there was even confusion in the arena. Did you feel like the rope controversy kind of hurt the match a little bit?
Yeah, then I
like
think
definitely the momentum. Definitely the momentum.
I mean, we'll get it like later when that little backstage segment, but I think they were trying to cover it up with that.
Yeah, it was a little weird with that. So then Fraxium's in there and Los Garzas comes out. Los Garzas are pretty much the YouTube main event WWE champions because they are on almost every week they fight. One or the other, or the tag as themselves. Hey, I give them props though. They're working. They're out there working. They're not just staying off of TV. They're like, screw it, we'll do it. Whatever we got to do. So I respect that attitude. I always love that attitude. But then Fraxium gets eliminated from Los Garzas, and then the Wyatt Six come out. So the Wyatt Six come out. I don't know why they call them Wyatt Six. It really should just be the two because it's the two brothers that fight 90% of the time.
It's just the name of the group.
No, I know, but it's only them two that fight like 90% of the time. Like none of them else really ever fight. So they come out and they get eliminated because the MFTs come out and of course interfere, do a little distraction. They just can't leave this lantern and this whole rivalry thing alone. We had a promo a little bit later on. I wasn't even going to touch on it, but we had a little promo later on with Uncle Howdy just kind of being like, yeah, I'm still coming for the lantern. It's like, yes, Uncle Howdy, we know you're still coming for it. We're well aware.
Whatever, if this ends up being at Mania,
God,
I definitely could see this being more probably of a stronger chance the night like the SmackDown before.
Yeah.
But if for some reason it's at Mania, they need to be later so that damn entrance is not during the daylight.
Yeah, you're because the reason I was hesitating is because the Raiders is a dome, but it is pretty open, so that sunlight still would actually get in there.
I mean, look at Jay last year.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's what I was saying. I was referencing last year, and I'm like, yeah, it was still kind of sunny. So, yeah, you're right, and definitely the longer entrance. But honestly, I'm good. Like, don't put that on Mania. Yeah, put that on the SmackDown or Raw after or something. Don't put that on Mania.
You got too much.
What are you thinking?
Too much all the talent could be on it. Yeah, I mean, I think SmackDown.
Yeah, for sure. So after the Wyatt Six get eliminated, we have Damian Priest and R-Truth, a brand new tag team comes out. I like this, and they get the double pinfall on Los Garzas. So Damian Priest and R-Truth are now the number one contenders for the tag title championships. What do you think, David? What do you think about this, man?
Ron Cena came out.
He did. We got a little 5-knuckle shuffle, and it was awesome. I mean, I love it. So I like both R-Truth and Damian a lot. So
I'm digging the tag team. I'm still thinking long picture, him and Danhausen. I think that will just be gold.
Truth?
Yeah, Truthhausen. I just.
I mean, I love the idea. I don't know if I love the in-ring that it would bring, but I love the idea. I just don't know how that will work in ring. I haven't even seen Danhausen in the ring yet. I haven't even seen him in the ring yet.
So I'm not going to judge him how he is in the ring because that's how much I've seen him wrestle. Everything I've seen stage.
Well, on like the idea, I like the idea of it though. I do like the idea of it for sure.
Comedy gold.
What's that?
Comedy gold with them two.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the real question here is, do you think our new Priest and Truth tag team has a chance to take the title?
Possibly. And that way, Howdy just gets the lantern back.
And I wonder if...
I mean, stranger things have happened in the tag division.
Yeah. Well, I'm just kind of thinking, like, in my head right now, I'm wondering if that might be, like, a Mania thing for the tag titles.
Nah, they're going to do it quicker than that. So I did see a joke the other day. If Vince was still running, Cody and Randy will win the tag titles before Mania.
Yeah, right. Why not?
That was a bad thing.
Yeah. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. So that was our new tag team winners. Like I said, they got they're the number one contenders. Do you have anything else about this match before we move on, David? All right. So backstage, we get another segment with Sami Zayn and Randy. This one had a little bit more depth to it because Sami basically approached Randy, and I wanted to touch on it because, again, Sami's in this weird headspace that he was just like, hey, man, like, I don't understand how you just turned on your friend Cody and then you know, just pin him. And, like, I don't understand. Like, how do you do it? How do you do it? And Randy just basically tells him, just like, hey, man, if you want to succeed in this business, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. You know, not a direct quote, but that's pretty much what he said. So do we feel like, and you can tell in Sami's mind, he was kind of thinking on that. Do you feel like Randy's pushing Sami towards the dark side, and you think we're going to get this Sami heel turn coming up?
I still think, I mean, of course, Alistair popping into the scene after Randy walks away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of liking the idea of starting to see out on the internet. Then, because you know, him and Trick still have a little history. They have not resolved their little whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them two at Mania and going the old Austin Bret Hart, do a double turn.
That would be cool. I wouldn't hate that.
Because Sami's got he needs some kind of refresh.
Yeah, and I think it seems like that's what we're building to.
Not the coward heel that he was before he was in the bloodline.
Yeah, because he's just apologizing. It's sorry, Sami, because he always says I'm sorry. He's sorry, Sami, right now. So yeah,
there goes the T-shirt.
Yeah, for sure. So yes, we get that little promo, and then followed by our in-ring promo with Rhea and Jade, and this pretty much went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Jade isn't quite that strong on the mic there, and Rhea's pretty good, so I kind of expected this to be a beatdown on the microphone, and that's pretty much exactly what it was. You know, Jade tried to hit her tagline, "I'm that bitch," drops the mic. She didn't really say, she might have said, I don't know, what, maybe 4 or 5 lines? Like, she didn't even really talk that long before she...
Compared to her, or she was bigger than Rhea.
Yeah. I think creative was just like, talk for like a minute and then just drop the mic and then let Rhea go. So that's what they ended up doing. Rhea talked a little bit more. Rhea ends her promo with Jade's tagline that she's that bitch. So, okay, we're going to get that bitch match, I guess, at WrestleMania. Any thoughts on the promo, or are you kind of thinking exactly like I thought?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, what was expected.
Yeah.
I did like the one little comment that Rhea said, there's a difference between my body is built to last and you're built for show.
Yep. To fight. Her body's built to fight is what she said. Yeah. And she ain't lying. She ain't lying there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll see how the match goes. I'm still intrigued by the match. I think it's a good matchup.
There'll be some power spots in there.
Now, the one thing I didn't like was the fact that, but again, she does have to fight because, I mean, Jared's on this whole thing with Jade not fighting. Right away, you know, they get a little promo backstage with Michin, and I'm like, great, Jade's going to fight Michin again next week at SmackDown. So another cupcake, but hopefully what I'm hoping to see in that matchup, just a quick little preview, what I'm hoping to see in that matchup is a little more progress from Jade with maybe some cooler moves, and you know what I mean? Like, she's got to step that up a little bit. Especially if she's getting in that ring with Rhea.
I mean, the one good thing, like I said, we got 6-7 weeks. We know how good Rhea is. We're gonna find out how good she really is, that she can build anticipation for this match. Yeah.
And I will say, to Jade's benefit, whether she thinks so or not, I think Rhea being in there is going to actually help Jade a lot too, because Rhea knows how to kind of carry, and you know what I mean? Like, when you're a little weaker in certain areas, she can kind of help you out with that. So I think it'll be a good match. I am looking forward to that. So then up next, we get our I guess it's weekly at this point, Johnny Gargano segment with him, planking and Candace trying to motivate him. She's like, you got to get back up. You got to fight. He's like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to go fight. And he gets up and he's like, let's go to the ring. And it goes to commercial. And during the commercial, you text me and you go, oh, Oba's going to kill him. And sure enough, Johnny gets in there, basically issues an open challenge. He's just like, I'm here to show people I can do this. I'm one of WWE's best. And then Oba's music hits. And this is kind of a reoccurring theme. They're definitely doing a slow build with Oba. I don't necessarily mind it because I think it's funny. But they're definitely having Oba beat up the cupcakes of all cupcakes in this kind of stretch here. Of course, he pins Johnny within, I don't know, did you time it? Was it like 1 minute, 2 minutes? Yeah, it wasn't anything though. But yeah, he just completely destroys Johnny quite easily. Probably the worst possible opponent, I guess you could say, for the challenge for Oba to come out. How long do you think it's going to be until we see Oba versus at least a mid-card, like an upper mid-card guy?
Well, you got Rusev Monday.
I said an upper mid-card guy. That's not Rusev. Rusev, I'm sorry. I know Rusev back in the day was a lot hotter and stuff. This dude's barely on TV anymore. You can't call him an upper mid-card guy.
Mm-hmm. He's a mid-carder at least. So.
Lower mid-card, okay. I'll give you that.
But
how long do you think? How long do you think until we get? Go ahead.
I just hope they give him and Brock. I just really hope that's what it is at Mania.
Yeah. I mean, we're building to that eventually for sure. I think
this is going to be the first Raw that Brock is back. I guess
no, he was there last week.
No, Brock. He wasn't there last week.
Oh yeah, you're right. I
think this is his first one back, and then he'll be in for the next 6.
Yeah. We're definitely building, but see now. But again, this whole I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah, but Oba isn't on Raw; he's on SmackDown. But yeah, he's also on Raw too. He's
technically a free agent.
Yeah, so I guess they could build the storyline literally through both shows. I guess if they wanted to.
I think the best way to do, because where they got these contracts between Raw and SmackDown, and Pierce said that his was a lot better. I think that
just wish they would
something in the contract. He gets Brock at Mania.
I just wish they would blow up the whole SmackDown Raw thing and just have them like. I mean, that's basically what it is anyway. It just gets too confusing otherwise. I get confused all the time, as you know, through a text. It's just like, yeah, no, he's on SmackDown. You're like, no, he's on Raw. And I'm like, but he was on SmackDown last week. Yeah, I know, but he's on Raw. I'm like, all right, I can't. So,
because technically Roman has been on SmackDown roster, but he's been on Raw since.
And his last 2 appearances were on Raw.
Well, no, ever since it's been on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, no, he's been on SmackDown. He's been on SmackDown though since Netflix. Twice, yeah. No, he's definitely been on SmackDown. But no, he's definitely on Raw a lot though. So yeah, that's to my point there. But yeah, so how are we feeling about Johnny's slump storyline, his planking storyline here? We over it? I mean, you think he's gonna go back to it? I mean, I don't really care about him or Candace at this point.
I'm curious if he really is out the door, and they're just put him on TV. But did you watch her in the background during the match? She literally just had her back turned because she didn't want to watch him getting killed.
Oh, actually, I didn't notice that. That's funny. That's funny. I didn't notice that. That's actually funny. I didn't notice that. That's hilarious. So that was the Oba and Johnny match there. Next, we get a backstage segment with our man, everybody's man, the guy taking over the internet, Danhausen. So Danhausen has a new list of demands for Nick Aldis. It's only 2. He still wants the Hall of Fame.
And it was still soggy.
It's still soggy. He still wants the Hall of Fame. And now he also wants a mentor to mentor him to a WWE championship. Nick has the bright idea, seeing The Miz just a little ways away, introduces The Miz to Danhausen. Basically says, "Hey, I love Miz. I love how you mentor all these people." He's like, "Yes, I need more people to mentor." He goes, "Let me introduce you to Danhausen." And Danhausen gets very excited. He goes, "Oh yes, you're going to be perfect for this. I can't wait." And then Miz refuses. He's like, "No, no, sorry, I'm not doing that." And Danhausen basically tells him, "You can refuse, but if you do, you've been cursed. And remember what happened to Dom on Monday." He puts that little nugget in his ear, and then the Miz is like, "Oh yeah, that's right." So how are we feeling about a potential Miz Danhausen collaboration?
It's gonna be funny. I mean, because we know Miz, he's gold. I mean, say what you want about him, the man has been around for God, how many years now?
Yeah,
and he's stable, and he's doing what he's building up newer talent. He's good at it. Yeah. And Danhausen is growing on me more and more.
Oh, he's very much growing on me. Like I said, when we were talking about him, at the Elimination Chamber with the reveal and stuff, I even mentioned right away. I said, it's not like the people were booing Danhausen. We weren't booing Dan. We were just booing the reveal because we wanted it to be something else. You know what I mean? Like, I actually did feel bad for Danhausen without even knowing him. I was like, it's not really him that we're booing. We're more booing creative, you know?
And you see, he's got one of the top selling shirts now.
I saw that. Yeah, t-shirt. Yeah, it's a cool t-shirt. It's a cool t-shirt. No, for sure. So one thing I did like, though, with this promo is that little line that he brought back about, "Hey, remember what happened to Dom on Monday?" So that means that, WWE will tell you those things to remind you if they're going to keep building on this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So maybe what we had talked about on Monday with this whole Dom starts losing and realizes, because Dom has that big match coming up against Vikingo in AAA in 2 or 3 weeks, I think it is. Yep. Where he's putting his AAA title on the line. So if he loses all his belts and he sees Danhausen in the hallway, it's a cool little thing. I like the whole curse angle, you know what I mean? And then, with him being with Miz has so many issues with past people like Mello, for example, where like if him and Dan get tight, he could be like, put a curse on Mello. Screw that guy. I want that title. Like, we can start going down all these roads with these curses, right? It seems very Vince McMahonish, I know, but
I'm ready to see. I think they were smart again not to take him out into the crowd. What's the reaction next time he goes out into the audience?
Yeah, no, for sure. And D Walker said it's a good sign he's growing on you, especially since we didn't. And me especially, I didn't know anything about him when he started, But yeah, I feel like others are definitely feeling the same. I feel like Danhausen's getting a lot of play on the interwebs there. So our main event after this, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, brutal beatdown, and man, I like this match a lot. I thought it was good, and I think it's very underrated too. Everyone wanted Cody and Randy, like we get that. But at the same time, man, when you watch Drew's in-ring work, the thing I really like about Drew, and I don't know if you noticed it, but he like sells the story in the ring really well. Meaning, like when the crowd was chanting Cody Rhodes and all that, like he even gave him a look, like every time, like why are you cheering this guy? You know what I mean? Like he's still in his character, which I thought was like really cool that he has the awareness of like, oh, I should do this. You know what I mean? It's the little subtle things that really kind of catch my eye. I think he does great work. But recapping the match a little bit, Cody accidentally hits the ref with a Cody cutter. The ref kind of
that Drew pulled him way of.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Drew pulled Robertson into him.
Correct. Yep. So he
hit a couple times right before that.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I did neglect to mention that. Yeah. It was kind of leading up where you're just like, okay, this ref's probably going to go out. And he sure did. And then while that happened, I forget what move it was, but Cody got Drew on the ground laid out, but there's no ref. So Cody's calling for another ref to come out. We get our second ref to come out.
No, he had Crossroads.
It was I wasn't sure what the move was. So yeah, I remember what the move was. But yeah, so Drew's laid out, no one to count, so they get the second ref to come out. And then as soon as the second ref comes out, there's like the tension between Drew and do you know the second ref's name? I don't.
Dan. I think that's Dan Angler.
Okay, so they have.
He's had issues with him before.
Exactly. So this kind of continues, and he's telling Drew calm down and blah 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 and all that. Drew basically ends up headbutting this ref. So now we're down 2 refs. Drew gets outside the ring, grabs a chair, is about to clobber Cody with the chair, and Jacob Fatu stops him with the chair. We kind of figured Jacob was going to come out. Honestly, less interference than I thought there was going to be. From Jacob. Literally, he just kind of pulled the chair away. He was like, nah, you ain't doing that. And then our original ref gets back in the ring. Cody hits the Crossroads, pins Drew. We got Cody and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Woo! I tell you what, this Cody and Randy matchup kind of feels like, especially with WWE Creative going through some changes right now, kind of seems like they always kind of felt like, well, we always got Cody and Randy in our back pocket. If we ever need an emergency, we can kind of break that and people are going to go nuts. And, ticket sales weren't going too well. I think they said, God, we got to do something. So they broke the glass. Cody, Randy, WrestleMania. It's official. What are you thinking, David?
I'm good with it if it's still that, but I don't know. I still think it's going to be more to this match.
Honestly, now I've kind of changed my opinion a little bit because I know we've been talking triple ways and triples and 4 ways and all that kind of stuff. I kind of do just want it to be Cody and Randy. I kind of feel like this is.
If it is, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm kind of, maybe we'll get a triple threat or something later on down the line with all of them, in the story. But I really do just want to see those 2 kind of go at it. What are your thoughts?
Drew and Jacob potentially.
Yeah. Like, I mean, hey, think about it. That could be 2 Mania matches. Drew, Jacob, and then Cody and Randy. You know what I mean? Like,
but I don't. Drew's not going to let it go. That's the only reason why I still got that feeling that he's going to want his rematch.
I don't think he's going to get it though. He especially after hitting a ref. You think they're trying to do him any favors? I don't think so, brother. I don't think. My man D Walker said Sammy's going to be involved too. Yeah. But you know what? Like I said, on the surface, the more I kind of thought about it, I'm good with Cody and Randy. Yeah. Like I just want to see that. I just want to see that matchup.
And then, I mean, it could very like a strong possibility stay that way because what I texted you earlier, that whoever's running Triple H's Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it now, account accidentally tweeted out a graphic Cody and Randy.
So I did see, and I don't know what's true. I don't know if that's true or what I saw was true, but I did see what later on. Someone was just like, no, that's not true. That actually wasn't tweeted. So did you see it personally or no?
No, somebody said that he tweeted out and it was like a graphic and it matched. Like
No, I actually saw the graphic in the tweet, but they were just like, no, that actually wasn't.
Yeah, supposedly it was only up like 20 seconds, but I never saw it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about this match of Cody and Randy going at it. I think it's gonna be a banger, man. I'm really looking forward to it. So
the question is, if it stays 1-on-1, who turns heel?
Cody.
I think so too.
Cody's gonna turn heel because the storyline's been picking up and it's been very quiet ever since up until I should say Randy actually won the Elimination Chamber. But ever since he won the Elimination Chamber, all this talk of him going after Cena 17. He wants to go after Cena 17. So with that said, He's at what? 15, right?
14. He's tied
14.
He's tied with Triple H.
He's at 14. So the only thing about wanting to hit 18 is that means he's going to have to drop it a couple times. So he's going to have to drop his belt a couple times, and then you could kind of see.
I see 15, 16 is going to be a stretch.
Think so? I mean,
I guess how long he lasts. I mean, if he does the 10 more
that's
years,
exactly it.
Like he wants, then yeah.
That's exactly it. It really depends on health, right? Like that's what it really boils down to. If he can stay healthy,
he's working smarter.
I mean, especially now, this year, you've been watching a lot longer than I have. So actually, this is a good question for you. Is this year more injury prone than other years that you can remember in the past? Like with top people getting hurt.
Yeah, and plain and simple. You know why? They're not doing the house shows like they used to. They're not getting that in-ring work. That's why you see in these the main event. And you'll see some of those superstars, if you look when NXT goes on the road, some of the main roster stars will go down there just to get ring time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And then one other... Did you catch what Logan Paul said the other day? Ever since they started doing the logos about the ring being slippery and stuff, like defending LA Knight.
Right. Right. Which, again, is also, so, there was I think it was from Logan Paul's podcast, if I had to agree. I don't know why there isn't, and his co-host is just like, why don't they do like talcum powder or something? Like, he is right though. Like, they should clean those ropes off. Like, I don't know why that's not a thing. Like, that's weird to me. Like, why wouldn't that be a thing?
Because, I mean, they're going to have to address this. Too many going on. What the hell happens if that happens to Cody or something like that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, not for nothing. I mean, yes, a babyface getting hurt is awful. It's actually way worse than what's actually been happening with like all the top heels have been getting hurt. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we go from, Seth Rollins to Braun Breaker and then Bronson Reed. And
now Seth's back as a babyface.
It's like, man, they're just dropping left and right. Like, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but the house show theory is an interesting one.
Well, Cody is. And we know how Cody is in the background. He is the face of WWE, but he's come out publicly and said he's going to the Hunter and like at least bring it back once a month.
Yeah,
where they do at least 1 weekend a month. Kind of.
Here's my thing too.
That's going to help.
Is it
not with just injuries, but little botches like in the machine guns and Fraxium.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't practice,
you can work some of that stuff out. Yeah.
If you're not on your turntables or on your mixer, other than
practice
wedding, how are you?
And you're absolutely right. They definitely need the practice. And what I was going to say is with things like YouTube now, where they're putting the main events on and all that kind of stuff, you could build an extra show around this and sell it to somebody. Like, obviously TKO is all about the money, right? So you could build a show around or offer a premium tier for sickos like us. You know what I mean? For like $10 a month, you get to watch all the house shows. You know what I mean? Like, and we would pay it. I would pay it. I don't know if you would. I would pay it. $10 a month. To watch the house shows.
Because like you said, you've only been watching for a few years.
Yeah.
The freaking house shows back in the day, they were the fun live events to go to.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I actually see some clips from when they were overseas. I see some clips from some of them, and they look super fun because you have like Cody and Drew like in the ring eating and stuff, and you're like, what? This is weird. Like,
it used to be shit like The Rock and Stone Cold freaking doing concerts at the end of the night. And stuff. It was fun. It was like it was something just for that crowd. I mean, I went to a couple back in the day like that, and it was they were wired mics. There was no lights and trons and stuff like that, but
it
was fun.
Yeah, man. I mean, it would be cool if they did bring those back. And like I said, like you could make money off of it. Like when I hear about those dark shows in Japan and stuff, I'm like, damn, man, I wish this was on YouTube or something so I could kind of check it out. So I mean, hey, you got all this stuff, and I think they are business minded, starting to get a little more hip to the game, where they're just like, oh, instead of just having these dark matches for no reason in the beginning of Raw and SmackDown, let's just put them on YouTube as main event, and it's getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views. So it's like it makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, and by the way, your boy Apollo wrestled this past yesterday on the main event. Yeah, man, he didn't really get a whole lot of run, man. I feel like he's in that Royce Keys area where it's like, I'm not sure what to do with this guy.
Yeah, they need to figure out what they're going to do with Royce quick.
Honestly, dude.
They said, they literally come out and said they had no idea what to do, and that's why he's not been on TV. Besides
the funny thing with the WWE and TKO owning it and all that, TKO is so about their business and about the dollar that I'm surprised they're willing to pay all these acts to just kind of hang out.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, it's a little weird.
I'd say AEW's the same way, because how many damn times you see like Tony Khan's pulled over somebody from WWE, and
vice versa.
Showcase them for like a month, and then you don't see shit out of them.
Yeah, and it happens vice versa too. You know what I mean? Where
it's just like, hey, we got your guy, we're gonna push him. I mean, that's hopefully it don't come with Danhausen, but
yeah,
that's what's happening.
And because I was gonna say, you told me Tommaso's already kind of like fading out of the AEW picture, right? Because I don't keep up with it. I know you do.
I called Dynamite the other night, and he was out there with FTR, and that was kind of like a throwback to the NXT tag division.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that. So
yeah, so we'll see what happens. The WrestleMania picture is definitely taking shape, and we're knowing a lot more than we knew maybe even a week ago. You know, we're man, I gotta tell you though, I am surprised about this Cody Randy thing. I was just set on, okay, yeah, it's gonna be Cody, Drew, and Jacob. You know what I mean? Like, I was kind of set of like, hey, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. I wasn't expecting this, man. So shout out to WWE, keeping us on our toes every once in a while. But yeah, anything else you want to touch on, David, before we jump out of here?
Nah, pretty solid show. Ready.
I was gonna say, give me a rating on our scale, 1.7 or whatever. I know it's not going to be a 1.
We're doing numbers again. Oh, yeah, we stopped doing
numbers. So I'll give it a. Man, I like the code. I'll give this one. I'll give this one like a 7.8.
I'm gonna be around a 7.75 because it was solid.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff, other stuff, some of the negatives that weighed it down.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree.
I mean, you're not going to be hot for 7 weeks. It's going to be some, lack of a better term, shit in between Man and Mania.
For sure. So let's the only match to kind of preview on Monday that I see that has been announced, which we kind of touched on a little bit, Oba and Rusev. So we're gonna get that on Monday night, right?
Brock returning. Then of course,
but he's not fighting. He's not. Yeah, I was just talking matches. Yeah, I was just talking matches. That's the only match that I saw announced. I didn't see anything else announced with it.
What Roman and Punk again? And God, here's the $1 million question:
Is he gonna bring up Larry?
Yep, exactly.
I don't think he could do it. There's too many people, myself included, huge dog lovers, that I don't know if you get. I mean, believe it or not, even more than the dad line, that's probably crossing the line. Especially because it's super fresh too. I mean, I know Roman's dad had just passed a couple years ago, or a year and a half, or 2 years, something like that.
But people got to remember too. One, Punk got permission.
Yeah.
And
I'll put it this way.
Roman's dad was a wrestler. As part of a storyline, he would have proved it.
Yeah.
And bringing up Dusty.
And I'm sure they had the conversations, maybe not about specifics, because you do want that reaction from your opponent. You know what I mean? Maybe not specifics, but like I could see a conversation before they started, like, anything off limits? No? Good? All right, cool. You know what I mean? And they just kind of do it like that. Because I don't know if you noticed, but after he kind of said the dad line, Roman's lip kind of quivered a little bit.
He did his little Roman's expression.
Yeah, but that his lip actually quivered on that. That one you could tell. I don't think he was expecting that. And if you notice, Phil was in there for about a half a second, and he just left the ring right away. Like he kind of said that line, was in there for a half a second, dropped the mic, and it was like, all right, I'm out. So I'm not going to stick around.
And this is one thing to watch because he bought it up. We know Punk's relationship with Jimmy and Jay. He's got a solid relationship.
Mm-hmm.
What's that going to be like backstage?
Yeah, because I mean, you know,
segment.
You're talking about the bloodline, and that's family, man. That's their uncle. Like, yo, you talking about our uncle, bro? Like, nah. Like, yeah. If creative wanted to take it in that direction, Punk could have a whole heap of enemies right now. Whole heap of enemies
backstage in a backstage segment.
Yeah, he could have a whole heap of enemies with the entire bloodline. I mean, it feels like there's 12 of them on the show.
Umaga's son.
He's not even in the WWE yet.
He's like, I was a Punk fan. If I see him, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, man. I mean, you talk about the family, and you know what I mean. Like, that's Rock, and that's the NFTs, and
that's the other part where ticket sales are shit. They say Rock's finished wrapping his movie up. Is this going to crack that door for Rock to insert himself?
Nah, not at this point. The reason I say that is because if that's your reason, the ticket sales, it's too late. I think it's too late to kind of catch up with the ticket sales and just announce like, oh, hey, by the way, Rock's going to be at WrestleMania, so all you guys can buy some tickets. Again, you got to think like Vegas, like unless you're a local like D Walker, you've already got your flight and your tickets and everything kind of already done.
You got to remember too, we're still 6 weeks out.
But that's not a long time though.
I mean, usually we got something in between every time. It's every 4 weeks max usually. So this is a good extended period with no Saturday night main event or anything like that. It wouldn't surprise. I'm not saying a definite, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, I'm not saying like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that The Rock's never going to come back or anything, but I don't see that being the move to try to boost the WrestleMania ticket sales. I'll be honest with you. I think the ticket sale story, I think probably fans care about that more than the actual WWE cares about it, because especially when you think about other sports like NFL, MLB, all these, they make their money off of the TV contracts.
Yeah, but if you got that perception.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's going to be an empty arena. It's not going to be empty. You know what I mean? Like there'll be seats open, but it's also
they did like how the layout is. And I think even the layout for seats was only going to be under 50,000 for a damn stadium that size. So,
yeah, I don't even know what that stadium holds.
Do you know? That's your backyard.
Let me see. Actually, I'll just
because I want to say they had a lot more than that in there last year.
All right, let's see what we got here. So Allegiant Stadium's capacity. So you said 65,000.
He said it'll be full on location, reserved a lot of seats.
Yeah, 65,000. With floor seats, they could get up to 70. It looks like.
He said max capacity.
So yeah. So it looks like
you got to think that they're gonna probably build a huge ass stage, so that'll take a quarter of the stadium.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to look bad. Like I said, I don't know if they necessarily they don't want an empty building, but if it doesn't sell out, I don't think it's
the hard cam side is going to be the telltale.
Yeah. But I mean, like allegedly, Saudi Arabia wasn't as empty as it looked, but it still looked empty on TV. So,
but even like you heard Logan Paul, like he was on his podcast, and somebody else was talking about. He said those lights made it like nobody was there. He said,
yeah. Like it really did.
Say what you want about Logan. I don't think he bullshit. I mean,
nah,
he don't really bullshit on this podcast. He shoots straight from what I can tell.
Totally agree. No, totally agree. So that is our show, SmackDown tonight. Thank you once again for tuning in. Shout out to D Walker in the chat, always chiming in, man. We appreciate you, man. And that's it. We will see you Monday night after Raw. Sorry, Davey, you have something?
Yeah, I was gonna say thank you for everybody. I mean, I see we got another good crowd tuning in.
Yeah.
We're just doing this for fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're just talking some wrestling, you know what I mean? So we love it. So we will see you Monday night after Raw. We'll get our big Oba and Rusev matchup. Maybe Jared will join us on that one since his boy Rusev's gonna finally fight here a little bit. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, definitely comment on the video as well, as it helps the algorithm with all that kind of good stuff. Much appreciated. And until Monday night, we will see you then. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.
Yeah.